Hello everyone from all around the world. We are currently live from Pangkal Pinang, Bangka Belitung. And we are here to celebrate World Speech Day 2023.
There's a saying in Indonesia, if you don't know us, you won't like us. So let us introduce ourselves. My name is Kenny Kurnawan, the president of St. Joseph Agoura Youth Club 201, and this is my partner.
I'm Rochelle, and we will be the host for the first session of World Speech Day 2023.
World Speech Day 2023 is brought to you by
Tunas Karya Foundation,
St. Joseph Senior High School,
Youth Leadership Program Toastmaster of Italy,
and St. Joseph Agoura Youth Club 201. Before we start our event, it is good for us to start with a prayer. I will lead the prayer in Catholic. To non-Catholic, you can adjust with your own belief. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Praise to you, God, for you have gathered all of us here to celebrate World Speech Day 2023. We hope that through this prayer, this event will go on smoothly. We hope that all of our participants will be able to speak well, and through their speeches, the world will change for the better. In your name, we pray. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen.
Thank you, Kenny, for leading the prayer. Now we will hear the national anthem, Indonesia Raya.
Now, before we hear the welcoming speeches from our chief and partners, we have a performance from SMP Santa Maria Mentok with their title, Perang Ketupat. So please, enjoy the performance.
Hello, everyone, wherever you are.
Well, it was a wonderful performance. Thank you SMP Santa Maria Mentok. By the way, Kenny, this is our 6 years of World Speech Day. How do you feel right now?
Well, I'm honestly quite shocked because I was one of the participants that joined the first ever World Speech Day that was held on St. Joseph's Junior High School.
Really?
Yeah, it was 2018, and I think I was in 7th grade. And yeah, I feel really honored that I'm standing here right now being the host of this big event.
Well, I'm really happy to hear that. So, shall we hear the welcoming speeches from our chief and partners?
Certainly. First off, we have Mr. Don Michael Goni as the Chief of World Speech Day 2023. To Mr. Gon, the time is yours.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure as well as an honor to welcome all of you here gathered around this stage for World Speech Day 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, a coin has two different sides, has two different faces. But we all know that it has one single purpose only, which is used as the media to purchase or to buy something. Ladies and gentlemen, we are as a human beings has the similarity with that coin. Especially when we try to communicate with other people, we want to deliver our message to other people. We have the idea, the message inside our mind on the other side, but we don't have any courage, or we are too shy to speak up or to express our idea to other people. But we do believe that we have, the same goal, which is the message should be delivered, should be spoken. So, ladies and gentlemen, break your fears and speak up. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Don. I hope that this event will go smoothly as planned. And next, we have Mr. Adric Bernardi as a board of Tunas Karya Foundation.
Hello, everyone, wherever you are. Today, I'm very glad that we can hold this kind of special event. That is World Speech Day. Okay. Actually, World Speech Day is a kind of celebration. Okay, once again, I would like to say that this is a celebration, not a competition, all right? A celebration to dedicate the skill of speech through in-person public speaking events. So we have once again to keep in mind, this is not a competition, but this is a celebration, worldwide celebration, all right? And some countries around the world are celebrating this event right now, okay? Including our country, Indonesia, which still uses English as a foreign language. As we know that in other countries, English is used as a second language. And this is different, okay? This is different between a country that uses English as second language and as a foreign language. But this is, I think, is a kind of challenging event for our students. And Tunas Karya Foundation is also taking part in this event. It means that Tunas Karya Foundation support this event through a special program of its schools, which is called VEC, or Virtual English Class Youth Leadership Program. And the purpose of this program actually to prepare the student for the World Speech Day this year, like now. Hopefully, this program can give the opportunity for the students and also maybe for the teachers to practice their skills in speaking ability. And at the end, hopefully, they have a habit speaking English wherever they are. Maybe at school, at home, in public places, or maybe informal event like seminar or workshop maybe. Okay, and also in this occasion, on behalf of Tunas Karya Foundation, I would like to thank to all coordinators of virtual English class or for youth leadership program of Tunas Karya Foundation. Thanks to Mem Erna, Mem Caca, and Sir Didik Dwi Atmadi. Thanks also to all coaches. We have Caro Brazo, Caro Asmar, Arlie Cekats, Angelica, Carolina, Lucy Luparelli, Cassia Bardet, and Nicolas Di Gracia. I'm so sorry if I make mistake in pronouncing the names. Okay. Hopefully, the World Speech Day celebration today can give us opportunity to be more confident in public speaking skills. Okay, thank you so much and have a wonderful celebration.
Thank you, Mr. Adric, for your amazing speech. I do believe that, and I do agree with all of your statement. English is very important for us in the future, and public speaking is definitely very important for us, for our future job, for our future opportunity, and so on. Next, we have Mr. Simon Gibson as the founder of World Speech Day.
Hello, everyone. How does change happen? I mean, how do we actually cause change in our society? If we look around us at the changes taking place, we simply see the tide of time. It seems like a constant ebb and flow, with each new wave made of fragments of thought, of personal feelings, all of them to a large extent hidden, invisible, enigmatic. So how do we influence this motion? How do we catch the wave? I believe that ideas can cause change, and I don't mean simply brilliant discoveries or sudden revolutions. Of course, the great visionaries of our time can inspire us, but across history, very few individuals have brought change themselves. They have worked through the hearts and minds of others. And even then, this whole process can seem slightly random as we look for our next leader. But what if we could ourselves direct this process in some way, fashion the forces of energy to shape a better world? I believe there is a way through the constant exchange of ideas. Couldn't we begin by encouraging people all across our community to come forward with their ideas? At World Speech Day and World Speech Day Women, I have seen that when people are invited to express themselves, they almost innately and inevitably look for the positive. They want to express ideas that can spread common good. More people sharing ideas across all parts of society creates widespread and lasting change, causes society itself to change. So change need not come from the elite, but from a new culture, a new way of life, you might say, which believes in ideas as being at the heart of daily community. A new way of living that practices public speaking and the open and accountable sharing of ideas. Specifically now, I mean speaking to others, because speaking is at the confluence of ideas in society, a fault line, a way of breaking with the past and envisioning a better future, and building it with nothing more than the simple power of the human voice. So I believe that we can all shape our societies by sharing ideas that will deliver progress, and on any level, personal, local, even global. I think World Speech Day can be a small spark to this process, a platform where people everywhere are encouraged to speak with purpose, to become the unexpected voices who will shape society, who will catch the wave of thought and feeling and turn toward tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Simon, for your amazing speech. I do believe that public speaking is not only important for us, but it's also important to the world for a better future. Now, we have our last welcoming speech by Miss Katia Burde as a partner from Toastmaster Academy, Florence.
Sailing the Good Ship of Youth Leadership Program by Katia Burde. My journey through Toastmasters started 10 years ago, and is starting here and now a new voyage. My journey began in a sailboat that brought me at a youth leadership program in Jakarta. To drive my boat, I have 3 sails: speeches, feedback.
What an amazing welcoming speech from Mrs. Katia Burde. Your journey is truly inspirational to all of us. So, without further ado, let us move on to our main event, shall we, Rochelle?
But wait, we have performance.
Oh, do we have a performance?
Yes, we have performance You Say I'm Your Treasure from SD Kalam Kudus, Pangkal Pinang.
Well, Sekolah Kalam Kudus Pangkal Pinang, the time is yours. And the audience, please enjoy.
You forgive no matter where I go, no matter what I do. The best thing I can find is that I'm loved by you. You say I am your treasure. You say I'm yours forever. You have take me forevermore. Oh, you say I am your treasure. You say I'm yours forever. You have saved me forever, Lord. The best thing in all my life is that you love me. The best thing in all my life is that you love me, God. Every time I call, you are here. Every time I cry, you are near. You know my every thought, You see my every sin. You call me by my name. You forgive no matter where I go, no matter what I do. The best thing I can find is that I'm loved by you. You say I am your treasure. You say I'm yours forever. You save me forevermore. Oh, you say I am your treasure. You say I'm yours forever. You have saved me forever, Lord. You know my every thought. You say my every sin. You call me by my name. You forgive no matter where I go, no matter what I do. The best thing I can find is that I'm loved by you. You say I am your treasure. You say I'm yours forever. You have changed me forevermore. Oh, you say I am your treasure. You say I'm yours forever. You have saved me forever, Lord. Oh, you have saved me forever, Lord. 1, 2, 3.
Wow, what a wonderful performance from Sekolah Kalam Kudus Pangkal Pinang. It was really cute, right, Michelle?
Yeah.
I really like this one part. They say, the best thing that you ever did is say you love me. Well, Sekolah Kalam Kudus Pangkal Pinang, we love you. Now, let's move on to our speakers. The first one is Cheryl Natania Wiranto from Sekolah Kalam Kudus Pangkal Pinang with her speech title, Our Learning System and Our Learning Environment. Well, Cheryl Natania Wiranto, the stage is yours.
Good morning, our dear audience. First of all, let's thank God for giving us health so that we are able to be here. Today, I'm going to present a speech about our learning system and our learning environment. Sometimes, when we learn at school, we might feel stuck. But why are we stuck? It might be because of our learning system and our learning environment. In our learning environment, some schools might have tight schedules. This could mean the students learn too much materials in a very short range of time. On the other hand, in our learning system, some schools now have less practical experience. It might be understandable when the pandemic is still everywhere. Now, a lot of us are going to school normally. Therefore, learning practical experience is also important, since practical experience will be used more in daily life rather than theoretical knowledge. So, how could we go through these problems? For the tight schedules, we could try adapting to the schedule. This could mean learning in advance for our upcoming exams that we have. But it could also mean giving yourself time to rest and relax, as well as time for your friends with family.
Other than adapting, we could do peer learnings or reviews rather than just learning alone. If we learn with people the same age, we might get a deeper understanding by sharing our thoughts. For the less practical experience, if we want more practical experience, then we need cooperation, since a lot of students find it difficult to translate theoretical knowledge into practical ones. In that case, we need assistance from both teachers and parents. So, I hope that in the end, we could make an improvement on our learning system and our learning environment. Thank you everyone for listening to my speech.
Well, thank you, Cheryl, for your eye-opening speech. I hope through your speech, our learning system and environment will change for the better. Our next speakers, we have Antolin Xavier Dominic from SD Kalam Kudus Pangkal Pinang with his title, Our Environment.
Well, Antoine, the stage is yours.
Good morning, teacher and friends. Let me give a speech about the environment so that we can reap many lessons. But first, let's thank to God because God gives us strength and health. As we know, the environmental conditions that we live today are very different from the environmental several decades ago. In the past, we could easily find trees, but now the land containing plant has been replaced by housing. Environmental problems are not only limited to plants. If we are sensitive, many fauna or animals lose their habitats. Humans seize their place of residence, so animals have a difficult time getting a new place to live again. Infrequently, animals that cannot get a house will attack humans in order to get a food. Therefore, we should start from ourselves to foster a sense of love for the environment. So, use the methods that are easy and simple. For example, by putting garbage in its place and reduce the use of plastic and reduce the use of water. So that's all of my speech about our environment for today. Let's take care of our environment together. That's the end of my speech. Thank you for listening and paying attention to my speech. Wish you a good luck and a good day.
Thank you, Antoine, for your amazing speech. I hope through your speech, our environment will be somewhat better in the future, yeah? So our animals won't be extinct and everyone will live happily ever after. Next up, we have our speaker from SD Negeri 10 Pangkal Pinang. His name is Ryan Handika with his speech entitled Math Anxiety in Elementary School. Well, Ryan, the stage is yours.
All of us has learned math. Math is a fun subject and it will help us to the future. But for some of my friends, math can be a major cause of stress to them. So this is called math anxiety. Effects of math anxiety in elementary and secondary school students. Math anxiety impacts students as early as the first grade by affecting their working memory. Working memory is like a mental scratch pad. It is important to keep track of numbers, but this working memory can be disrupted by math anxiety in both elementary and secondary school students. There are three major causes of math anxiety. The first major cause is the pressure caused by time limits on tests. The student has no problem remembering at home, but when they go to school and they have a time limit, the students think that they will fail. The second one is the fear of public embarrassment. The student from the past has been scolded or been bullied from their friends.
So the student doesn't want to make friends anymore. Influence of teacher. The students can also pick up their feelings from the teacher. If the teacher thinks positively and fun about math, the students will also be. But if the teacher thinks negatively about math, the students will also think negative about math. There are 6 symptoms of math anxiety that include the first one, unusual nervousness when doing or thinking about math. Even thinking about math can cause major stress to the students. The second one is passive behavior. The student is afraid of failure, so student doesn't want to improve their skills at math. The third one is a fear of being alone. The students think that he or she is the only one incapable of finding the solutions to math, so the students doesn't want to improve their skills. The fourth one is a feeling of permanency. The students think that he or she is naturally bad at math, so the student doesn't want to improve their skills. The fifth one is lack of confidence. The students think that he or she doesn't know the answers to questions of math. So the students depends on others to do their work for him. For example, his parents doing their homework for him. The sixth one is panic during tests or when called to do answers. The class becomes a major cause of stress to the students, so the students doesn't want to go test or when called to do answers. For me, I love math. Math is a fun subject and it will help us to the future. But for some of my friends who doesn't like math, don't give up and always try to improve their skills. Thank you all. That's all from me. Thank you for listening to my speech. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ryan.
Wow, your speech is very, very relatable, Ryan. I think all of us have math anxiety, especially me. Do you have math anxiety, Kenna?
Well, in the past, when I was like Ryan's age, I was like him. I really like math, but in senior high school, yeah, it gets hard. So now I kind of have math anxiety. Oh.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. Okay, let's move on. Our next speaker, we have Cendekia Andita Mahira from SD Negeri 10 Pangkal Pinang with his title Atazagoraphobia.
Well, Cendekia, the stage is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. And today I'm going to be reading my speech about how to break your fears and speak up. In this world, almost every individual has at least one fear or phobia. In fact, I have a phobia myself. It is called atazagoraphobia. Atazagoraphobia is a fear of forgetting someone or something, as well as being forgotten or ignored or being replaced. From the past year, prevalence of atazagoraphobia among adults was higher for females, approximately 12.2% for females and 5.8% for males. Now, how bad of an impact can a fearophobia cause? A fearophobia can weaken our immune system, can cause cardiovascular damage, gastrointestinal problems such as ulcers, irritable bowel syndrome, and also decreased fertility. Now, what is fear? Fear is an unpleasant emotion or thought that you have when you are afraid of something. For example, trembling with fear, she handed the money to the gunman. That is the definition of fear. Now, what causes fear? A certain tragedy or emotion happening or will happen, such as family issues, lack of care by people surrounding you, and also a certain trauma like abuse, rape, victim of sexual assault, and etc. But the thing is, how do I overcome my fears? Well, I think you could face your fear. If you always run away from situations that scare you, you might not be able to test out whether the situation is as bad as you expect it to be, and you also miss out the opportunity on how to reduce your fears and also reduce your anxiety. You also might stop doing things you might or need to do. So, so you can, so you should just never be afraid. Fear's an obstacle that leads you to the wrong path of life, and you should never be afraid. Be brave and show some courage. That is my speech on how to break your fears and speak up. Thank you for listening and giving me your attention span.
Wow, what a great speech, Indakia. At first, I don't know what atazagoraphobia means. I have a friend called Ata. I thought you're afraid of her. So yeah, I mean, everyone has the fear of being forgotten. It's not only you, and it's everyone else. So thank you, Chandikia. Let us move on to our next speaker. We have Caroline Margareta from SD Santa Teresa Dua with her speech entitled Class Agreement. So, Caroline, the stage is yours.
Hi everyone. First of all, we would like to express our praise and gratitude for the Prince of God Almighty, who has graced us here. I thank you for being able to attend this World Peace Day event. In the framework of the World Peace Day event, I will be giving a speech on the theme of class agreement at Teresa Dua School. We make this work so that learning can run well and smoothly in the school Santa Teresa Dua Elementary. There are class agreement or class agreement is: number 1, do not cut during text. Number 2, do not come when during the text. Number 3, do not avoid to come late to school. Number 4, can be late something assignment or homework. Number 5, do not be noisy while studying. Number 6, can say these words. Number 7, it is not permissible to use maths between friends of the different and system, region and race. Number 8, because and amongst 5,000. Number 9, you are not able to bully friends or make friends. Number 10, respect the teacher. We as explaining the lesson. We as students must complete well as class agreement that have been met by the teacher. If we don't complete with the rest, we will get a punishment for absence. If we catch during a text, we will get punishment from the teacher such as 0 score, and our paper will be taken by the teacher. We make this class agreement so that the teaching and reading process in the class run well. That's all the speech that I can deliver today. Hopefully it's helpful. Thank you all.
Thank you, Caroline. I hope everyone will agree with your statement and rules, so that everyone will be happy. Next, we have Maria Angelina Catherine from SD Santa Teresa Dua with her title, Study Hard.
Well, Maria, the stage is yours.
Hello everyone, good morning and best wishes for all of us. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Teacher and all friends, first of all, let's give praise and thanks to God Almighty. Because of His grace and blessings, we can all gather together at this World Peace Day event. I am grateful for being given the opportunity to deliver a speech today. We, as students, of course know our obligations are every day. That is, studying hard. We can achieve the knowledge that we want, and the knowledge we get from studying hard can help us achieve our goals. because with the goals that we have achieved, we can make our parents happy with us. And not to mention, we can also improve your confidence, competence, and self-esteem with good study skills. As a result of working and studying hard, you become consistent in your academic success of gaining admission into college and universities at a young age and scholarship. The benefits we get from studying hard is the more you study hard, the more smarter you are. The benefits we get from studying hard isn't also for our parent, family, school, or friends, but for ourselves and our future. So, from that knowledge, don't ever feel lazy to learn, because the effects of being lazy or uninterested in schoolwork leads to poor performance on tests, resulting in low or even failing grades. Being lazy will also cause students test fall and ultimately fail in class. So, let's continue to add knowledge so that we can achieve the goals we want. That's the speech that I can convey. Hopefully, it will be useful for all of us. I'm sorry for any words or behavior that are pleasing your heart. Thank you very much for the occasion and your kind attention. God bless.
Thank you, Maria, for your wonderful, amazing speech. Even in such a young age, she's already worried about her university. Well, I'm also worried about my university. So, thank you, Maria. Next, we have our last elementary student speaker. We have Claire Guidance Samosir from SD Negeri 59 Pangkalpinang with her speech entitled Blessed. Well, Claire, the stage is yours.
Lonely, I'm so lonely. I have nobody for my one. Hi, I'm a 9-year-old or a girl. I'm in the MVRT school in the still third grade. Don't you know I want to be older than my ex now? I hate being alone on homework and rules and no freedom to play with handphone. My mom say I have to study, I have to great future, and I have to reach all my dreams. I'm tired. I want to grow faster than my ex now. And I want to be free to do all by myself. Do everything my way. Can I pray now? But my friend, on one occasion, my family went to Semarang. So surprised in a big city, I saw a lot of kids being a beggar, and they were asking to eat door by door. They couldn't to couldn't go to school, and their dresses were far away. Was good. They saw newspaper. They did all have fun. I realized that I have all my life. It's so amazing. They love me. My parents care about me. They asking me to do everything and keep it protected because they love me and they want me to do private human and share love with others. So God, I want to sing once again. Lord, thank you for sunshine, thank you for rain, thank you for joy, thank you for pain. This beautiful day, yay, yay, yay. This beautiful day, yay, yay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Claire. I believe every single one of us in the world is blessed. And with your speech, you reassure everyone that every day we are blessed.
You're also very cute, Claire.
Okay. Next speaker is Jessica Chen from SMP Bahagia Pangkal Pinang with her title, Don't Think, Just Pick It Up.
Well, Jessica, the stage is yours.
Well, good morning, everyone. How are you today? I hope you guys doing just fine. Always happy and be blessed. Today, I am going to talk to you guys about don't think, just pick it up. The importance of this topic is, first, I am confident. We don't need to think what will people said when we make a mistake. Just be like, so what? Remember, it's a learning process. Believe it or not, you surely need that kind of learning process to improve your level. I emphasize, be confident, be brave, and speak it up. Maybe you will make a mistake, but remember, it's a learning process. Second is about I am brave. We don't have to make people understand what we are trying to say, because I understand and I believe that people always have their own ways to express their expression. Maybe some people will be talking about how error when you speak or how about your accent, but why would you care about that? Believe that some people will appreciate your courage. So what are you waiting for? Take the risk, be brave, and speak it up. Third and final one, I always want to stand in the first line. We just need to take all the time and all the opportunities to speak up. I believe your idea will give us a significant impact, and that signification will make you shine like a star. Remember, don't be afraid to express your idea, speak it up, because that idea will make you shine in the dark. That's all for my speech today. Thank you for your attention. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys always be happy and always be brave. Keep your spirit, keep learning, and remember, it's always a learning process. Speak it up, be confident, and be brave. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jessica, for your wonderful and passionate speech. I mean, if I have to put you in words, action speaks louder than words. You have to do it. Otherwise, it's just words. It's all bark. Well, let's move on to our last speaker of this session. We have Arini Calista with her speech titled, Why Are You So Afraid Expressing Your Idea? Well, Arini, the stage is yours.
Well, good morning, everyone. First of all, thank you for the opportunity given to me. So, how are you, young Indonesia? Hopefully, everything always be in a healthy state and always be blessed. So, I already know the MC already tell my name, but I want to remind you guys what is my name. So, my name is Arini Calista, or commonly called Arini. So, that's all for my introduction. Furthermore, allow me to be able to deliver my speech about why are you so afraid to expressing your idea. So, there are 3 points that we don't have to be afraid to express our idea. First point. Do you want to miss your opportunity? We always think that we need to wait for a good moment to express our idea. In the end, our ideas are expressed by someone else. Trust me, you're not waiting for a good moment. You are hesitating whether between speak it up or not. So it's not about the moment, but it's all about your opportunity. Don't miss your opportunity. When you have the moment, just pick it up. The second point, do you want to regret yourself? It happens to us all the time. When you have the moment and then you don't speak your idea up, you just regret yourself. It happens to me too. When I have the moment, but I'm a little bit afraid to express my idea. But you know what? Your idea actually can make a change. Your idea can give a big impact to the situation around you. You will have your biggest regret when something is not working as you expect. It's because you don't speak your idea up. Again, the question is, do you want to regret yourself? My advice is that don't do it again. So just express your idea, speak your idea up. And for the last but not least, I don't want to be just a listener. It's nice to be a good listener, but if you can be a star, why not? Let me ask you guys, if you have the options being the dark or being the star, I bet you guys all will choose for being the star. Is there any people who want to be in the dark? I tell you guys to change your mind. Being the star and shining for people around you. So don't be afraid to express your idea, because your idea will make you shine like a star in the dark. So that's all for my speech today. Thank you for the attention. Hope everyone always be healthy. Keep spirit, keep learning, just be a nice young generation. Make a change, be a shining star. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you Arini for speaking. Opportunities don't always come. I hope everyone will have the bravery and confidence to express their idea. Now, we have a dance performance from SMP Santo Hilarius Jebus, and please enjoy the performance.
Indonesia is the most beautiful land in the universe. The land where we were born, the nation where we grew up, so many colors that live together in peace, with a million timeless treasures, with an abundance of natural wealth. Indonesia is not just wonderful. Indonesia is a wonderland.
Thank you, SMP Santo Hilario Zubus, for your wonderful performance. Now, let us move on to our next speaker. She is the Vice President of St. Joseph Agora Youth Club 201. Her name is Maria Angelita, and her speech is entitled Healthy and Sustainable Environment. Well, Maria, the stage is yours.
Thank you for our Master of Ceremony for today. Hello and good morning, ladies and gentlemen who are present at this extraordinary event. You can see us via maybe live streaming on YouTube. This is something that we are very grateful to God Almighty because we can have a chance to meet each other after we going through with a long pandemic. This is a great opportunity for us, for me, and for you all that we can have a chance to share our ideas and voice something that we really want to say. Already stated on the title, I will deliver a speech about healthy and sustainable environment. So all around the world, children from all ages, from elementary school up to high school, has started to speak up. Why? But they don't have the capacity nor the authority to make these actions themselves. But we do. The people in the government, in the communities, in the companies, and those are the ones who could make these changes that are needed to make the world a better place, especially for our future generation. We found a lot of bad things going on out there. One of them is the imbalance of our nature. There have been natural disasters in various locations, especially in Indonesia. Yes, all of that we do not realize that is happening because our actions, yes, human. And an incident that occurred a few days ago about Kirka, a whale who had lost her hunting instinct, and Kiska couldn't return to her habitat due to her hunting instinct, which had disappeared since she was bought when she was several months old. We have lost various types of animals, plants in the world because their habitat have been destroyed by humans. Yes, we all. Apart from that, the effect of our indifference to the environment has damaged the ozone layer so that the ice at the poles of the earth has melted over the past few years. This is, of course, will result in a big disaster and harm all aspects of life if we continue to be indifferent. This is why I believe that this event, our event, should be start of something great. Because we have gathered here right now and we could make something real about this. As you all know, now we are facing the greatest environmental crisis that the Earth has ever seen since the era of the Ice Age. We are on the verge of mass extinction if we take no further action. At this point, it could even be said that we would not be able to save ourselves anymore. But we could still postpone it all. But I am telling you all right now, ladies and gentlemen, that we could start the change, the little change right now. We could start by reducing our own small share to the pollution and start giving back to the earth by planting trees in our backyard and all around us. Reboisation. We could start small thing. Only with a small thing, we can make a big resolution. Big revolution for our environmental, for our world. Thank you so much for attending here and share your ideas for the better world. I'm sorry if I'm getting wrong with my few words, and I hope we can help our earth soon or now, but we still have a chance to do that. So, thank you.
Thank you, Maria, for your speech. Really hope your message reaches the people that can change our environment.
There's a lot of speeches talking about environments. Don't you agree, Rochelle?
Of course, without a good environment, we can be healthy and live a long life.
Oh, well, good point. So, let's move on.
Okay, our next speaker is David Kwan, from member of Saint Joseph Agora Youth Club 201, with his title, Our Video Game Good For You?
Well, David, the stage is yours.
Hello everyone, my name is David Kwan. Like the title says, I'm going to talk about are video games good for you? As you can see, video games typically usually perceived as a bad thing in the world today. Well, that statement could be true and false at the same time. People think video game as a way to pass time or a way to distract yourself from the outside world. Well, for me, video game is a way to help me enhance my way thinking of logic with video games, and it's also a way for me to learn English. However, video games can also be horrible for you, that is, if you play it way too much. Playing too much video game can hurt your eyes or make your eyesight worse, and then it can make you lose friendship, educational and career opportunities. Not only that, if you play video games too much, it can impact you mentally also. Well, I guess that's the whole thing I can say, and thank you.
Well, thank you, David, for your, well, it's out of the box. Not everyone will talk about video games, and video games doesn't really have a good rep. I did talk about video games in World Speech Day 2020, and I do think video games it's good for you. So I agree with you. All right, let's move on to our next speaker. We will move on to G1, grade 1s. From grade 1, we have Richella Banderio from SMP Santa Teresa, Pangkal Pinang, with her speech entitled YouTube. Well, Richella, the stage is yours.
Thank you to the host. But now, let me tell you about my speech. So, YouTube. YouTube is the video sharing social media platform that I am sure all of you already know and already have used. I mean, what are you using now if you're not using YouTube? But anyway, as you most definitely already know, YouTube has a lot of different kinds of content and videos. Videos like storytelling videos, challenge videos, and others. But turns out, a really long time ago, YouTube wasn't always like that. A long time ago, turns out, YouTube used to be some kind of dating website, turns out. Its users would upload a video of them talking about their dream partner in hopes to find them. But of course, nobody did. So the founders decided to offer random people money so they would accept and do stuff. But of course, nobody accepted, which led the founders to make the best decision of their entire lives, to make YouTube a social media platform and let anyone and everybody to upload any video freely. And then started things off with the very first YouTube video ever, me at the zoo. That was its title. It was literally just one of the founders standing around in the zoo for a couple seconds. After that, YouTube got some problems, and one of its biggest problems are haters. But what are haters? Haters are people who spread hate anywhere and whenever they go. Because of haters, people's mental health can suffer. people's confidence could disappear, and people could have low self-esteem just because they said something. And we need to stop them. We need to stop haters from existing. We need to eliminate haters from this planet. But how would we do that? Well, let's self-reflect a little bit. Are you a hater? Are you mean to other people? Do you body shame other people? Are you rude to other people? Let's change that behavior if yes. But after changing your behavior, you may find other people who are also haters. And so let's help them be a better human being, or let's just help them become a better human being by helping them, pointing out what's wrong, and that's how you do it. Thank you all for listening to my speech.
It's okay.
Thank you, Risala, for talking about YouTube. I mean, who doesn't know YouTube in this day and age?
Well, all of our viewers are watching from YouTube, so yeah, there's no way that our audience don't know what YouTube is, right?
Exactly. So let's move on to our next speakers. Now we have Rainer Anderson Thomas from SMP Santa Teresia Pangkal Pinang with his title, What is Privilege?
Well, Rainer, the stage is yours.
Hello guys, I'm here gonna say privilege is a special right that everyone wanted to have in this world. So if we get our privilege, that means we get our special right and our special treatment. The second one, when we have our privilege, that means we can have our easy pathway to successful in our life. The third one, privilege have two characters. The first one, gifted. When we born, God give us our privilege. Example, our financials, race, skin tones, and many others. The second one, privilege is created. That means when we don't have our privilege, we also can't create them by hard work and put an effort in our achievement. And what is the benefit by having a privilege? The first one, having a bunch of opportunities. The second, an easy pathway to succeed in our life. That means when we have our privilege, we also can achieve our achievement easier than if we don't have our privilege. The third one, different level of hard work. When we have our privilege, we also don't work that hard. If we don't have our privilege, we need to work harder and we need to put effort in our things if we want to achieve something. If there is a benefit, there are also an adverse by having this privilege. When we have our privilege, we also can, everybody around us can tell that if we achieve something, that means they underestimate us. If we achieve something that we achieve from our hard work or effort, they will think that because our privilege. And with no privilege, we need to work hard and we need to put our strong effort to achieve something in our life. And also, when we don't have our privilege, we will get underestimated by others, people surrounding us. And what is the disparity and the discrimination of privilege? Disparity with or without privilege is our special treatment from others. And the conclusion of this speech is done. This conclusion is believe in yourself and do whatever you want. I think that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Rainer, for your speech about privilege. I'm pretty sure everyone in this world have privilege, even though some race do have a bigger advantage. But everyone is born as humans. Well, let's move on to our next speaker from G1. His name is Glenn Justin from SMA Santo Joseph, Pangkalpinang, with his speech entitled Littering. Well, Glenn, the stage is yours.
We need to keep our environment safe from littering. As you got heard from the MC, my name is Glenn, and today I'll be talking about littering. So first, let's start with what exactly is littering. Littering is improper disposal of waste product. Well, it can happen by mistake, as an unsecret object flying out of bed of a truck. Litter continue to be largely a deliberate act, whether it happened intentionally or unintentionally. Littering has environmental consequence. I'll explain to you guys how exactly littering is bad for us. There will be many bad things happen, such as spoil the view, unpleasant smell, cause a low to high flood, and cause various disease and can pollute the environment. A good environment is basically what humans need to live. Too much littering means there will be many waste pile up in the environment, making it a bad environment like the ocean. If we litter too much, there will be many trash, garbage around the ocean that will close up the sunshine to the coral, making the coral die and make many fish lose their life. And it's also gonna make the fish poisonous while we're trying to eat them. To anticipate those kind of things, we could do it from the simple step, which is from picking up all the waste that we can find outside our house. Or we could just have our self-awareness, where we could never throw trash around and put them in the right place. Just because of that simple step, we could save our environment. From waste, it might look like a small thing, but small thing can be bigger. Even if that's so, maybe some of you actually don't really think this as much. But do you know how much the world have been in danger because of littering? Many animals die, many environment lost, and many people lost their house because of they cannot stand the place because it was too bad for them and it can make them sick. So if we want to change our world, we have to do it from the simplest thing, from the smallest thing. It might look like it was nothing at the first, but we could ask our environment, everybody to help us, and together we can change the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Glenn, for your marvelous speech. I do think that littering is a really bad thing that humans do.
Yeah, it's a really bad habit that we still do to this day, especially in Indonesia. Hopefully, people will realize why littering is really bad.
That's right. So let's move on. Our next speaker is Jocelyn Martin from SMP Santa Maria Mentok, with her title is Life Really Just a Choice?
Well, Jocelyn, the time is yours.
Hello everyone. Have you ever thought that whatever you do now will really affect your future? Or have you ever heard that life is a choice? That's so true. For example, you are awakened at 5 a.m. by your alarm. You can choose to wake up and prepare for your school, or you can just sleep until it's 6 a.m. If you woke up at 5 a.m., maybe you won't be late. But if you woke up at 6, maybe you will be late and miss a lot of things. But is it that simple? Is life really just a choice? I'm Jocelyn Martin, from St. Mary Junior High School, Muntok, West Bangka, and today I will tell you some thoughts on this topic. Life is full of options or choices, but life also has full of chances. Life is full of surprises, and we don't know what will happen next. We don't know if the decisions we've made are good or not, but there are some questions. Is life by choosing what you want will happen, or is life a destiny? Sometimes I used to think that life is by choices, because sometimes I choose different options. I don't know what will be the result, but I choose what's much comfortable or where am I happy. Sometimes I think it's just by chance. Some of the things happening for me, I think it's just destiny or it meant to happen. Now I'll discuss these two things separately. Let's start with life is a matter of change. There is a thing called destiny. There is God and there's a phrase. It is meant to happen. These are the things why we depend. Others say life is a matter of change. But do you think it's all about it? You own the life you have and you can redirect what you want. But some things in our life is bound to happen to teach us how to live our life despite of challenges. I also believe that some things are meant to happen, like the people we meet or the things we encounter in our daily lives. Some people told me that destiny doesn't exist. It was just our choice so that all happened. But actually, most things in our life are beyond our control. We didn't choose to be alive. Being born is not our choice. That's what we call destiny. Is life is by change? Let's go to the next. About life is by choice. One of life's greatest gifts comes when we realize we have the power to make our own choices and therefore direct our lives. Yeah, we can direct our life into what we want, but the big question, why there are wrong decisions or wrong effects in choosing what will be your life after choosing what you want? In choosing decisions, we don't know what will be the result of it. What's a right choice? And how do you know if you are making one? A right choice is decision you make because your intuition tells you it's the right option for you, regardless of what other people say or what your other voice tells you. Your other voice is the voice that doesn't always have your best interest at heart. That voice is more interested in having fun than in doing what's right for you. It can lead us into happiness or the opposite of it. Some choices you choose is from what have you experienced in the past. It can greatly affect in choosing your decisions. Is life a matter of choice? In my opinion, life is by change because some things are meant to happen to you to teach you how to value life. And life is also a matter of choice because decision making is part of each other's life, and choosing or directing your life is the power of every human being. Now I want to ask something. Have you ever thought that what will happen to you has been destined even before you were born? Well, I think there is no doubt that we all live in destiny, but people who will not live by their intelligence will have to live by their destiny, forever remain a slave of destiny, even though in fact, the lack of intelligence will become their destiny. When I say intelligence, I don't mean cleverness. Intelligence is that which starts shining when the mind says, I want to know. So it's all in your control. The moment you say, I really want to know, the power of intelligence becomes available to you. And at the moment, destiny is losing its control on us. So don't be overthink on this. This body will die. This can never escape destiny, but there is something else that is outside destiny, and you must find it out. Live life to the fullest even you believe it's by change or by choice. The important is how you run your life. That's all from me. Thank you for listening. I hope you understand and I'm sorry for all mistakes I have done today. See ya!
Thank you, Jocelyn, for your amazing speech. It was really, really deep. I never thought someone your age would be thinking, is life a choice? Are we, do we have to go through a destiny? Can we do anything different? It's a really deep topic. I've questioned myself about that. But let's move on to our next speaker. We have Melissa Sumarno from SMP Santa Maria Mentok with her speech entitled, Don't Be Someone's Slave. Well, Melissa, the time is yours.
Are always saying yes when we really mean to say no be a good thing? Most people must have thought, if I refuse it, I'm afraid I will be hated and I will lose all of my friends, and finally chose to accept it. Hello everyone, my name is Melissa. I'm from West Bangkas, St. Mary Junior High School. So, as we all know, there are so many types of people in the world. One of them is the person who cannot refuse someone's request. Many of us have difficulty to refuse or say no because of many things, such as fear of someone's reaction or fear of being alone and others. So, we believe that we have to accept to every request for fear of upsetting people. We are so used to saying yes and pleasing others that we don't even know what we want or what our needs are. Usually, if we always accept someone's request, that person will usually act arbitrarily. We will certainly feel hurt, especially if the person is our close friends. If your life is so full of other people's requests that you don't have time for the things that truly important to you, and worse, your mental health is in danger and the requests are benefiting them but hurting you, then it's time to make a change. The first step is to consider about what happens if you refuse it. Helping others is a good thing, but if the person is used you too frequently because they think you are too kind and makes your self-esteem go down, then you have to start to refuse that person's request. The second step, you have to be aware of your own abilities. Don't push yourself above your limits of your abilities to help others. And the third step is to check whether the request will hurt you or not. And the fourth step is be honest to yourself. In considering a request for help, ask yourself whether you would be comfortable while doing that or not. If you feel that you will be uncomfortable, it would be better for you to refuse it. But on the other hand, if you feel it will be comfortable, then you can accepting the request. If you are not comfortable, never force yourself to be. And the last step, after you have done all of these steps, the final action is be firm
in making decisions. If you want to refuse to someone's request, then tell the truth. Nonetheless, don't forget to refuse in a polite way and don't hurt their heart with harsh language. Whether you want to reject or accept, it depends on your choice. If you want to refuse it, just refuse. It's better to be honest than to try to be a people pleaser while being unhappy yourself. There is nothing wrong with refusing. Let's learn to say no and don't be someone's slave. Thank you for listening to my speech, and sorry if there are some mistakes in my speech. See y'all.
Thank you, Melissa, for your speech. I'm pretty sure nobody in this world wants to be a slave, working under someone by force.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, slavery was really a tragedy in the past, so I really hope that part of history won't repeat itself again. Yeah.
Okay, let's continue. Next, we have Rio Ferdinand from SMP Santo Yosef Belinyu with his title Earth Problem.
Well, Rio, the time is yours.
The place where all of the creature lived and gathered is the Earth. Earth is our home planet, and it has been estimated the Earth has aged for 4,543 billion years. Our Earth is the third planet from the Sun and are the fifth largest planet in the solar system, and it's called the world or the blue planet. The Earth has been existed for a long time, and it doesn't mean it didn't face any problem throughout human history. There have been many recorded Earth problems. The Earth problem, or often be called as the environmental problem, are pollution, global warming, and climate change, which most of the problem is actually an impact of human activities. The biggest Earth or environmental problem is the global warming. This is a phenomenon where the Earth's average temperature rises due to the increased amount of greenhouse gases, such as methane, nitrous oxide, and carbon dioxide. This mainly happens of human activities such as burning fossil fuel, usage of a motor vehicle, and farming. When the global temperature rises, it also causes the iceberg at the Antarctica to melt and rise the sea level drastically. This can lead to a wetland flooding and destructive erosion, and agricultural soil contamination with salt, and also many more. And the next one is the pollution. The pollution is the introduction of a harmful material to the environment, and there are 4 types of pollution, but there is mainly 3 types that affect and give the biggest impact for human. The first one is air pollution. It comes from a vehicle emissions, manufacturers, power generation, and mostly by coal-field power plant, and fumes from chemical production. This type of pollutions affect the human health. The long term include the heart disease, lung cancer, and respiratory disease. And the long term of damage are people nerve, brain, kidneys, liver, and other important organs. And it has been suspected by some scientists that the air pollutant causes some birth defect. Second one is water pollution. Water pollution is contamination of water source by a substance that make the water is unusable for human activities. Water pollutant include chemical, trash, bacteria, parasite. It causes by industrial waste, marine dumping, sewage, water waste, and oil leaks or spill. Water pollution will disturb the aquatic ecosystem and contaminate the food chain. And it contaminates the water source like river, lake, and wetland. And that will affect the amount of the clean water and the food source for the billion of people all around the world. The third is soil pollution. Soil pollution is a contamination of soil with a toxic substance, and it caused by mining, military activities, waterways, and the biggest human activities that trigger the soil pollution is the usage of a chemical for farming, such as chemical fertilizer and pesticide. That chemical decreased the fertility of the soil, and that eventually led to a poor quality of crop. And all of that is the problem that was not only harm our planet, but also caused the hunger all around the world, that led to 1 million deaths and malnutrition. Without our consciousness, we are poisoning and destroying our own planet. But we still can participate in cleaning and saving our planet. Just by a simple action is matter. We can start it all by ourselves and keep reminding ourselves and the others, our earth is dying. We only have one earth and one change. We have to save our earth and million lives around the world before it's too late. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Rio, for your amazing speech about Earth problems. I'm pretty sure it's still relevant till this day and will still be relevant till the future. Well, we have our last speaker for this session, and then we will be seeing a performance from SMA Santo Yosef Vocal Group. Our last speaker is Sherlina Genesia from SMP Santo Yosef Blinyu with her title, Save Our Earth and Start It by Ourselves. Well, Sherlina, the time is yours.
Save our earth started by ourselves. So, the 22nd of April is Earth Day. Earth Day came about in the early 1970s when the modern environmental movement began in the United States or US. In the 1990s, Earth Day went global, mobilizing 200 million people in the 141 countries nowadays. Billions of people are aware of environmental issues every day. More and more people becoming conscious and are demanding action for our planet and its people. From Union Square Manhattan Mercator Research Institute, Golat and Boyd's predictions that the Earth will last only in 7 years if we didn't do anything about our Earth. So, the biggest issue our planet is facing is climate change. Let me explain. Over the past century, the climate has been warming on a global scale. This phenomenon is called global warming and is being caused by the human activities through the emission of the carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Many animals were dying, suffering every day, and some of them lost their home. Because of it, climate change is not only affecting our environment, but also our economy, health, communities in many ways. If, as human, we didn't make a substantial change, the result will be disastrous. You can join this fight by being sustainable in your everyday life. So, here are a few simple things that you can do. The first one, reduce your meat consumption. I'm not saying that we should all be vegetarians. Some people love meat too much to give it up. Like me, I love meat. Reduction simply means cutting back. You mean how? Start by having a meatless day in a week. Then this day can become 2, 3, and so on, until you are only eating 2 or 3 meats for a week. Go for a plant-based protein instead. 2. Conserve water and drive less. Step 1 is turning off the water when you're brushing your teeth. Very simple. but very effective if all doing it. Once you take the first step, you will find more ways to conserve water in your everyday life. Drive less doesn't have to be followed by bike more. In some countries, especially many European countries, biking is very normal. However, biking is not that common in the most countries. So, instead, you could take a public transportation more often. 3. Shop wisely. Bring a reusable shopping bag wherever you go. If you need to buy anything on your way, you will have that bag and wouldn't have to use plastic bag anymore. Plastic bags can be a serious problem because thrown away plastic bags can't be decomposed by soil or dirt. If it buried in the ground today, 100 years later, if you dig in the same place, they will be still there. 4. Educate yourself. The more you know about the environmental issues, the more action you can take and the more you can contribute. You can help the others to understand the value and the importance of conserving our earth. We can start saving our earth by reforestation or maybe recycling our used plastic products. Yes, we are the one who caused this damage to the environment. But you have to remember that we are the one who can fix it. If not us, then who gonna take care of our home? So please go green and make our earth a beautiful place to live. You can do it by signing up for the petition to stop the Willow Project so we can stop the upcoming oil drilling and gas project in Alaska. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sherlina, for your amazing speech. I hope our Earth will be safe and you and Rio will enjoy the Earth. Now, we were supposed to see a performance from Vocal Group, but I do apologize. Vocal Group will be delayed for a bit. So that is the end of the first session. We will pass on the torch to our different hosts. Well, I'm Kenny.
And I'm Rizal.
See you guys next time.
Thank you, Kenny and Rizal. Anyways, welcome back, guys, to another performance for World Speech Day 2023. I'm Michael Yaptarijan, and this is my partner.
Hello, my name is Rochella Banderio.
And we are the representative of the Youth Leadership Program from Tunas Karya Foundation and Toastmasters International of Italy. And we are gonna be your hosts for the rest of this stream. By the way, what do you think about the previous session? There are many talented kids nowadays, right?
It was amazing, and yes, I agree. Children are getting more and more talented now. So, shall we continue?
Let's get into it.
So the previous session ended with a speaker from G1.
That is correct. And this session will start with a speaker who is also from G1. 4 speakers to be exact. The first speaker of the session is Irene Helena Aleri from SMP Santo Hilarius Paritiga with her speech entitled Gender Equality. Irene, the time is yours.
And gentlemen, it's such an honor to meet you here in such a good house. But first of all, I want to say thank you to the Almighty God for the blessing that God gave us today. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know in the past, man's rank is higher than woman's rank. Only men who can study freely or get lots of knowledge. Then, what about the woman? Women just can stay at the kitchen, doing house chores, and wait until men marry them. Well, there is still some noble women who can study though. But it's not as free and not as much the men. Even only a man who can rule a kingdom or an ethnic group. Women are always considered as the weak people. So they always think that we are useless. Well, but This is what happened in the past. What about the modern era? Nowadays, there is so many career women and girl students. But do you all think in this 21st century, people always think like all gender is matter, so there is no discrimination gender anymore? Well, you're totally wrong. The fact that we live in is, even though women already have lots of career and have a good career, women will always get a gender discrimination. Like, you can't wear this. Why are you so fat? You have to be more skinny. Why are you so ugly? You have to be more prettier. If you're not pretty, if you're not skinny, if you're not taking care of your own self, no one will marry you. And there is some old type men in this modern era. Like, they always think that girls is just a doll to play with. They play with every girls and they're making their housewife to be the housemaid. It's very disrespectful to the woman. And in the court, there is still some rape cases. From the men's side, they think like it's not their fault because it's she's fault. It's her fault because she's not wearing an appropriate clothes. Then it's not my fault that I get attracted to rape her. Well, it's what they say. It's kind of crazy though. But not just in real life. In social media, in social life, there is still some cases like that. When girl posting some video, they will always say like, "Oh, you're so sexy. I wanna touch you." And when girl doing something cute, people will always call it as a pick-me girl. But if boys doing it, they will call it as a cute boy. Is it fair? Do we just gonna stay shut? Of course not. We all deserve the equality the same as the boy. Because we all have to, we all should have a court to stand for what is right. And if you ever feel something like that in social life, you have to fight it. We don't want Mrs. Cartini's fight. It's just a faint, right? We all deserve a respect. No matter what you are a man or you are a woman. You are boys, girl, old or young, or even we're from a different religion. We have to respect all of it. Because God made us different so that we can complete each other. Different is making us to be more stronger. Because if we all make the same, then it's not fun, right? Well, I think that's all I can give today. I'm sorry if there is some unpleasant word or some bad grammars. I think that's all from me. It's such an honor to see you all here, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Irene, for presenting your speech with us. And I agree. I don't want to be a housemaid for all my life. So let's change that.
Remember, all genders are equal. Anyways, let's continue.
The next speaker is Surya Surbardi from SMA Santo Yusuf, Tanjung Balai, Karimun, with his speech entitled Dopamine.
Surya, the time is yours.
Thanks all. Are you frustrated by how much time you waste on the internet, yet unable to stop yourself? Do you know what you should do but surrender to the temptation to do something more pleasurable? Do you despise routine tasks that others enjoy? These are signs that you require dopamine detox. Let us first define dopamine and its effects on you. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter in the brain that is involved in cognition, memory, reward, and motor skill. It also influences your mood, motivation, and attention management. Dopamine, like any other chemicals in the brain, may have negative side effects if it is not properly controlled. Examples like anxiety, restlessness, difficulty sleeping, racing thoughts, and paranoia are the most common negative effects of too much dopamine. Dopamine excess can result in hallucination, delusions, and manic episodes. In contrast, dopamine insufficiency can cause depression, weariness, difficulties focusing, and a lack of desire. In any event, it's critical to recognize that medication and lifestyle change can help with dopamine regulation. Dopamine detox or detoxification is an important step towards improved mental and physical health. Dopamine deficiency can help individuals avoid acquiring more serious mental disease like sadness, anxiety, and others. Dopamine withdrawal is harder than it looks. I have started doing dopamine detox since 6 months ago, and it requires patience, discipline, and commitment. The first step in dopamine detox is to stop using stimulants. Example, if we eat chocolate, it stimulates our brain and it produces dopamine. Dopamine levels in the brain could also be disrupted by coffee, cigarettes, and other substances. If these compounds are not present, your body will be to more properly regulate dopamine production and release. Stress reduction is another important part of dopamine detox. Stress has been demonstrated to have a major influence on and deplete dopamine levels in the brain. Deep breathing exercise, yoga, and sauna treatments can all help to decrease stress and restore dopamine balance naturally. Keep a tight diet when on a dopamine detox. Some foods have been found to increase dopamine production in the brain. B-complex vitamins, which are abundant in greens, grains, and beans, promote dopamine production. Lastly, incorporating physical exercise into your dopamine detox may aid in dopamine generation. Moderate exercise boosts brain oxygenation and nutrient supply, both of which contribute to dopamine production, and even a brief walk or gentle yoga activity may be useful. Since I have done dopamine detox, my life has been happier. Little things I do have been happier, and I have done a lot of productive things since.
Thank you, Surya, for your speech. I didn't know there's so much interesting facts about dopamine.
To be honest, I didn't even know what dopamine was.
Anyways, let's continue. The next one is Felix Nathan Widyadana from SMA Santa Maria Tanjung Pinang with his speech, Her Blue Sky. Felix, the time is yours.
Everyone, we all have that someone special in our heart. It can be our father, it can be our mother, or it can be someone that we love the most. Now, today's speech came from that someone special to me. It is a story about a frog underwell that doesn't know the vastness of the sea. What does this mean? Right, so from what I've read, this story first came from an ancient Chinese proverb that dates thousands of years ago. The frog here means basically a human, a person, just like each and every one of us here watching, and the frog under a well. To know what this sentence means, first you need to imagine yourself as that frog. I asked the frog on the well, what can you see? Of course, you cannot see the front of you. You cannot see the back of you. You cannot see the left. You cannot see right, or even the bottom of you. What can you only see is one thing, which is up. So, the frog under a well that doesn't know the vastness of the sea. The sea here can be basically anything. It can be dreams, it can be jobs, it can be education, or it can be simple things in life, right? So the full meaning of this proverb is that if you only see the world through one specific point of view, you won't know what is it that you're missing. What is it that probably lies around you that you didn't notice before? Now, what made this story different from that ancient proverb is that at the end she added, but it does know the blueness of the sky. The blueness of the sky. She told me, what if that frog doesn't want to be there in the first place? What if a person is forced to see the world on one specific point of view? Now, you know that when in movies or in cartoons, for a bit more specific, when they're dreaming, there will be like these clouds above their head. There will be that clouds and an image on it that shows what they're currently imagining, right? So the blueness of the sky here basically resembles that of a dream. A person can dream. Each and every one of us can dream, right? Without any limitation. Like, even if you have limitations in real life, even if you don't know what will lie ahead of your life, you can still on dreaming, because the sky is the limit, right? And even if you have nightmares, you can just turn them into clouds and eat them, because things like that is just a small stuff in life. Life is not just a straight line, right? Life has bumps in it. It's just like the surface of the earth, if my biology teacher told me before. Yeah, it has mountains, it has valleys, and there are some real stuff going on here. Like, you have earthquakes, volcanoes, and so on and so on. Life is just like that. It won't be smooth sailing, but one thing you know is that you can dream. The sky is the limit when you're dreaming. There's no limitation. So, what I want to say to the viewer is that dream as high as you can, because whatever happens in life, whatever you have right now, it doesn't matter if you can dream. Maybe you're feeling a bit sad, maybe you need something to cheer on, and maybe sleeping and dreaming can fix that, right? I know life is not that simple, but if that special someone to me can reach her dream, she already reached her blue sky. And I'm sure that you as the viewer can also do the same thing. Go on, find that memory that you like the most, the thing that you enjoy doing, right? And go chasing it, reaching it. And for me, I will do the same. I will continue on chasing for it until I've reached it, because I also want to know the blueness of the sky, just like she did. Thank you for listening to my speech.
Thank you, Felix. I honestly didn't know that her blue sky can be a speech topic, and that was some really nice speech, to be honest. Anyways, let's continue to the next participant.
The next participant is Darren from SMA Santo Yusuf, Tanjung Balai, Karimun, with his speech, That is Life.
Life. Anyways, Darren, the time is yours.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. I hope everyone has been well. Today I'm going to be presenting my speech on life. Human life is truly a precious gift. Each moment in human life carries us an opportunity to act, to develop, and to express our virtues. Every moment unlocks the path for us to receive a blessing. This is the truth. Life gives us positive and negative situations. What's important for us to do is to react wisely. It's the decisions that we take that define who we are. Life is the gift that God has given us. It is nothing but a journey with lessons and hardships. Life will lead us down to our destination, our purpose in life. The road to our destination will not always be flat. It will be hard. There will be a lot of challenges. These challenges will test our strength, our courage, and our faith. We may encounter challenges that come between us and our path, but to overcome them, we need to be firm. We need to be firm in our beliefs. Sometimes, though, these obstacles might be blessings in disguise. We just don't know that yet. The secret is to believe in yourself, to not value anything but yourself, because you are who you need to protect. Your life matters more to you than others. I believe that we should make life worthwhile. Should start with our relationships and the love of our family and friends, which make life beautiful. Life can be more beautiful and purposeful by discharging our duties in our family. We, as human beings, should value other human beings' lives. Life is a continuous process that must end someday, so we should cherish it. We should protect life at all costs. In conclusion, I want everyone here to take a step back. Think about life. Ask yourself, am I happy about my life? If not, do something about it. Thank you all for listening to my speech. That's it.
Thank you, Darren. Well, that is life. Anyways,
Let's move on to the next group.
wait. There's a performance
Oh.
from SMA Santo Yosef's vocal group. They will sing a song
Called
entitled
Roar and Brave.
Anyways, the place is yours.
Used to bite my tongue and hold my breath, scared to rock the boat I'm making it. So I say quietly, agree politely, that I forgot I had a choice. I let you push me past the breaking point. I stood for nothing, so I fell for everything. You held me down, but I got up. Hey! Get already brushing off the dust. You hear my voice, you hear that sound. Like thunder gonna shake the ground. Held me down, but I got up. Hey, get ready, cause I've had enough. I see it all, I see it now. I got the eye of the tiger, the fire, dancing through the fire. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar. Oh, 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 oh. Roar, oh, 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 oh. Roar, oh, 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 oh. You're gonna hear me roar. Now floating like a butterfly, singing like the bee on my stripes. I went from zero to my own hero. You held me down, but I got up. Hey, get ready, brushing off the dust. You hear my voice, you hear that sound. Like thunder gonna shake the ground. You held me down, but I got up. Hey, get ready, 'cause enough. I see it all, I see it now. I got the eye of the tiger, the fire, dancing through the fire. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion. 'Cause I am the champion, and you're gonna hear me roar. Oh, 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 oh. Roar, oh, 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 oh. Roar, oh, 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 oh. You're gonna hear me roar. Oh, 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 oh. Roar, oh, 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 hear me roar. You're gonna hear me roar. Roar, 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 roar. I got the eye of the tiger, fire, dancing through the fire. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion. 'Cause I am the champion, and you're gonna hear me roar. Oh, 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 oh. Roar, oh, 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 oh. Roar, oh, 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 oh. You're gonna hear me roar. Oh, 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 oh. Roar, oh, oh, you'll hear me roar. You're gonna hear me roar.
Thank you.
That was amazing. I'm speechless. That is what I call an excitement. And do you know what's more exciting? The next speaker of the main event.
By the way, Michael, what's the difference between G1 and G2 anyway?
Oh. So G1 and G2 are codes for 3 different groups in the YLP community, or the Youth Leadership Program. So G1 is actually the group 1 and group 2. Wait. Ignore it. G2 is group 2, G1 is group 1, etc., etc. Anyways, let's continue. So the first speaker from G2 is Aaron Smith from SMP Santo Paulus Pangkal Pinang with his speech, "What are we? We are humans." Anyways, Aaron, the place is yours.
Hi, hello everyone. I'm here today to tell about my speech. What are we? Well, as the Michael say, we are human, of course. What do you mean, Aaron? Well, right. Maybe you're right, we are human. But it's not like that. You got to be more specific, like, what are we? What are a human? What are we as an individual? And what are ourselves? Right? Okay, let's go to the first question first. What are we? Well, let's just say we are a special and unique individual. Each one of us has different characteristic and trait and personality that differs us from the others. Well, that's maybe true, and that is what are we? Well, to the second question, what is a human? Well, can you answer that? Well, maybe, of course. A human is a social creature. They need others to fulfill their daily needs. Not only daily needs, everything is made from other human too. Like this stage, I can't make it myself. I need the help of others. Well, that is. We are a unique individual and a social creature that need others to live. Yes, yes, yes. That sounds about right. Maybe, I don't know, because I myself maybe not a human, or maybe yes. Just forget about it. Okay, to the third question. Wait, what is the third question again? Oh, right, sorry, I forgot. We, as an individual, what is us as an individual? We are a normal person. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm weird. I don't know, you guys judge me. Well, we need to let others judge us. What are we? We cannot judge ourselves. Like, for me, I am perfect, but for other human, maybe not. Wait, I'm just boosting my ego with saying I'm perfect. Well, we need to let others judge you. Like, if others say you are a bad person, just accept it. Don't punch the other person because you get too emotional and very mad. Like, don't do that. Okay, you need to accept what the people say about you and reflect it on yourself. Like, if a person say you are bad, you need to reflect it and see if it's true you are a bad person. Like, think about it yourself. Am I really a bad person? Or he is just a jerk that say I'm a bad person and you really want to punch him to the moon? So don't get too emotional here. Still, you need to let others judge you, and you will judge others too. You will see if other person are good, bad, or worse than you. You can see if he is jerk, if he's a good person, if he's an angel, or if he's a devil. Who knows? Maybe if he's crazy, her personality will change every time like Joker. I don't know. Well, in this world there are a bunch of good and bad people. A good people like Albert Einstein, Nikola Tesla, that invents many things that help us in our modern life today. And there's a bunch of bad people like Adolf Hitler who killed millions of people. I don't know, maybe he thinks himself as a god. His Nazi party is very powerful. I don't know, I'm not Adolf Hitler. Wait, yeah, I think that's right. And there are other bad person like, for example, the serial killer in this world. Well, this world filled with each and unique individual, a bad person, and we are a social creature. That is what are we. So first, let's get back into our first question. What are we? Well, the one who define ourselves is us and other person. That's all but that I can say. If you are a bad person, I hate you. If you are a good person, nice, keep it up. That's all that I want to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Aaron. Well, what can I say? Aaron's speech is when a formal speech and a stand-up comedy, if those two have a baby. That is Aaron's speech. Anyways, let's continue to the next speaker.
The next speaker is Evelyn Mardianto from SMP Santa Teresa, Pangkal Pinang, with her speech, Myself. Evelyn, the stage is yours.
Alright, hello everyone. Today I want to bring my speech called Myself. Now you guys might be asking, why do I pick such basic topic for the West Day event, or as we know, World Speech Day? Well, I have two answers for that. The first one is because I don't have any other idea for different topics for speeches. And the second one, because from what I see, some of you guys haven't known me so well, and maybe you guys haven't known my struggles, habits, hobbies, or even my dream. So I hope in this speech, you guys might know me better. So let's start off with my hobbies. My hobbies are actually to watch movies, reading the comic, and sleeping, of course. Although my hobbies are lame, I actually consider myself as a kind person. I really like to help people, although if I have to find an alternative way to help them. Despite being a kind person, I am actually a lazy person as well. For example, I always study the day before the test. Am I the type of person studying back days before the test? No, I am not. Well, although I studied the day before, I still managed to get a good score. Well, maybe not always. The scores are always up and down. Although I think that I am a lazy person, I actually have many dreams. I've been wanting to continue my studies at a good university out there, and by doing that, I am planning to go to a public senior high school, and being there will also give me a good chance to go to a public university, and I hope that I can get a scholarship there as well. And now you guys might be asking, what are your dreams? Well, my dreams are to be a translator or even a lawyer. Why a translator? Well, I think that being a translator will be cool. Not only traveling the world with your client, but also earning money. You can also upgrade your socializing skills by doing that, and I hope that I will not be a shy person anymore when I get the job. And now about the lawyer. Why do I want to become a lawyer? Well, from what I see from the movies, being a lawyer might be cool as well. Not only solving cases for your client, it will look cool. Also, the money that the lawyer can earn is also big enough. Wait, you have been talking all about your dreams and your work. What actually a person are you? Well, I can say that I am a very shy person, and it is hard for me to socialize in a new group or community of people. And although if I know someone in the group, I will rarely talk to them because, I don't know, I just struggle a lot. The reason why I pick to become translator or a lawyer, it is because I really want to not be shy around people anymore and talk a lot more. I think that's all for my speech. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Evelyn, for presenting your speech today. And well, I gotta say, I've learned a lot more things about you.
Anyways, next, we have Shaina Angelica from SMP Santa Teresia Pangkal Pinang with her speech, The New Experience in My Life. Shaina, the place is yours.
Hi everyone.
So, as you guys know, I will do my speech, which have the title of The New Experience of My Life. So, the new experience I'm bragging about is joining Toastmasters and having experience on YLP, which is the Youth Leadership Program. So before I tell you about how grateful I am to join this program, I would like to tell you guys about the backstory, how I actually joined it. So at first, when my teachers at my school announced that we were gonna have some election to choose some students to join an English program, I was not really interested because my whole life I've been joining a lot of English programs. I'm not saying that I'm already good, but I'm a person that gets bored a lot, and I am actually a really lazy type of person. So when my teachers told me that I should join it, I was considering it. I was like, maybe I should, maybe to improve my skills. But it was on test time, so I didn't really want to bother my study time and distract me to do some English program. But when my teacher explained that it was about public speaking, I was thinking, oh, maybe I should go. But then none of my friends wanted to join, so I was taken back, and then I doubted my opinion. So before anything, I told my parents because, well, my parents are the most important opinions I have. And they told me that I should join it. Like, they really wanted me to join it. And when I told you they really wanted, they forced me. I actually said to my parents that I didn't want to join, but they forced me anyway, and the consequences on not joining is they're gonna take my lunch money. So I did join it. And then for the first Zoom, where we were talking for our first speech, and they were gonna choose the participants that are gonna come to the G1, G2, and G3. I did my speech, which I made in last minutes, because I guess it is my personality. I'm used on making things last minutes. I'm a last minutes person on everything. So yeah, even on tests. I mean, I was having tests like literally today, and it was cut off because of this, but it made me think I should have not joined this program. It's just distracting me. But after I see what have I learned in this program, especially that I actually really want to be a public speaker. Not saying it is my dream job, but I have fun on doing public speakings. And right now we are having YLP sessions where we have a guest teacher called Miss Katia, which will be the partner of Ma'am Chacha, our current teacher for G2. And she's been teaching us a lot about public speaking. More importantly, she's talking about how to become a greater speaker, and she's even not just teaching about being a speaker, she also taught us how to become a greater evaluator. She talked about all the phases, how to become a greater speaker, a greater evaluator, and we did a lot of speeches, and we evaluate a lot too on turns. And I think it was a really good experience for me because for the past a few months, I've been joining the Zoom sessions of Toastmasters and YLP. I can feel it in me that I have improved my English skills on my public speaking. I feel more confident about myself and about my English when I do speeches. And I think that this opportunity that was given to me was really important. And even at the Toastmaster, I actually had an opportunity where I became the leader of the program of the G2, and it was really amazing. I didn't think I could become a great leader, but I guess I did my best, and hopefully I didn't do that much of mistakes because I did try my best, so I'm very sorry for everything I did. And now we have our new leader that was chosen by me. and I think it is a great choice. So I hope that this program will goes well for me in the future and everything will goes as planned. And I think that's all. Thank you.
Oh, Shaina, a very interesting speech as always.
And you know what's another example of a new and experienced life? Being an MC in World Speech Day 2023, that is.
It's honestly intimidating.
Anyways, let's continue. So the next one is Albert Versely from SMA Santo Yosef Pangkal Pinang with his speech, Why Changing Bad Habits is Important. Albert, the place is yours.
Every day, some people or maybe everyone struggles with fixing their behavior that could interrupt their life and stop them from accomplishing their goals. If you open the dictionary and look up bad habits, one of the definitions you'll see is a patterned behavior, which is often linked to a lack of self-control. Essentially, a bad habit is a recurring action you do that typically provides instant satisfaction, but often leads to long-term problems. And why do I think changing is important? As what I have said in the beginning, that bad habits is a behavior that could interrupt someone's life and stop them from accomplishing on their goals. And bad habit will just waste your time and energy. Which is true, because I've experienced it, and you guys have definitely experienced it also. For example, when I finished school and went back to my home, one of the ways I would deal with stress would be to go on my bed and play my phone until I forget everything around me and every work that I have to finish. At first, it wasn't that big of a problem, but it became so habitual that I found myself in trouble with this behavior. Like, when I could do something else like do my homework, help my parents, exercise, or rest to regain my energy, I could have done those activities, but I decided to just stare into my phone until midnight and leave everything else that is important behind. That's why I think making a change on your bad habits is very important. Most of the time, bad habits are simply a way of dealing with stress and boredom. Everything from biting your nails to overspending on a shopping spree to wasting time on your phone and the internet can be a simple response to stress and boredom. Are there certain beliefs or reasons that are behind the bad habits? A fear, an event, or a limiting belief that is causing you to hold on to something that is bad for you? Recognizing the cause of your bad habits is crucial to overcoming them. But because bad habit provides some type of benefit on your life, it's very difficult to simply eliminate them. This is why simplistic advice like just stop doing it rarely works. Instead, you need to replace a bad habit with a new habit that provides a similar benefit. For example, if you smoke when you get stressed, it's a bad plan to just stop smoking when that happens. Instead, you should come up with a different way to deal with stress and insert that new behavior instead of having a cigarette. In other words, bad habits address a certain needs in life. And for that reason, it's better to replace your bad habit with a healthier behavior that addresses the same need. If you expect yourself to simply cut out bad habits without replacing them, then you'll have certain needs that will be unmet, and it's going to be hard to stick to a routine of just don't do it for a very long time. So, bad habit is definitely something that we should try to change. And if you're trying to change them, there are some things that might help you on doing so. That is to choose a substitute on your bad habit. For example, if your bad habit is staring at your phone endlessly and the cause is that, it's usually because you stay at your room or at your home most of the times. what you can do is choose a substitute, like going outside, like do some certain outside activities, maybe go on an exercise, or just maybe go on a walk. That is all my thoughts on changing your bad habits. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Albert, for your speech. After listening to his speech, I think I'm gonna change my bad habits right away after this event.
Well, I'm going to try. But anyway, the next speaker is Stephanie Lee from SMA Santo Yosef, Pangkal Pinang, with her speech, "Are beautiful people always appreciated?"
I don't think so. Anyway, Stephanie, the place is yours.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I would like to discuss a topic that is often debated and discussed in our society. Are beautiful people always appreciated? We live in a world where physical appearance is often given great importance, and beauty is often associated with success, popularity, and happiness. However, the question remains, does being beautiful always guarantee appreciation and admiration? Let's discuss it. At first glance, it may seem like beautiful people have it all. The perfect looks, the attention, the adoration of others, they are often being the center of attention. And people around them often go out of their way to please them. And however, we must remember that beauty is subjective and that not everyone has the same definition of beauty. What one person may consider beautiful, another may not find attractive at all. Moreover, beauty is not always the most important aspect of a person. It is often said that beauty fades with time, and what remains is a person's character, inner qualities, and personality. A beautiful face or a well-toned body may attract attention initially, but it is not enough to keep someone interested in the long run. A person's inner qualities such as kindness, empathy, intelligence, and humor are what make them truly attractive and appealing. Another point to consider is that beauty can often come with a price. Beautiful people may face jealousy, envy, and even resentment from others. People may make assumptions about them, such as assuming they are shallow or vain, without even getting to know them. In some cases, people may even try to bring down beautiful individuals to make themselves feel better. In addition, beauty can sometimes be a double-edged sword, especially for women. While society often praises women for their beauty, it can also lead to objectification and even harassment. Beautiful women are often viewed as objects of desire rather than as individuals with thoughts and feelings. They may face unwanted attention, comments, and even physical. Being constantly objectified and admired for one's physical appearance can also have negative effect on a person's mental and emotional well-being. Beautiful people may feel pressured to maintain their appearance and may experience anxiety, depression, or low self-esteem if they do not meet society's beauty standards. In conclusion, the appreciation of beauty is subjective and varies based on cultural and personal preference. While some people may find certain physical features attractive, others may not. Additionally, societal beauty standards often prioritize certain characteristics over others, leading to discrimination against individuals who do not fit those standards. Furthermore, physical appearance is just one aspect of a person's overall value and should not be the sole determinant of their worth or appreciation. Ultimately, it is important to recognize and appreciate the beauty in all people, regardless of their physical appearance. That's all for my speech. I hope you can know the real beautiful meanings because of this speech, and it's been a pleasure with all of you today. Thank you for your attention and goodbye.
Thank you so much, Stephanie Lee, for presenting your speech.
Anyways, that's all for the on-site speakers from G2. Let's continue to the speakers who have sent their videos to us. So the next one is Elma Angelica Chen from SMP Yosudarso Batam with her speech, Why Do We Procrastinate and How to Overcome It. Yes, this is going to be useful for me. Anyways, Elma, the time is yours.
Okay, hear me out. It is a Tuesday afternoon, and the clock is ticking. You're working furiously to finish a task that is due on 5 o'clock, and when you check your clock, it's 4:30. While you're silently cursing yourself to not starting it sooner. How did this happen? I had a lot of time in doing it. What went wrong? Well, there were the hours that you spent for social media, spent for reading the message that you have sent to your friends, doing silly arts and crafts, and mostly spending your time to other tasks that you can obviously deal with that tomorrow or the next 3 days or next month, next week. Sounds familiar to you, isn't it? If so, that thing is called procrastinating. Procrastinating is something that almost everybody has experienced at some point of their lives. It is an act of delaying or postponing tasks or actions despite knowing that it needs to be finished. Procrastination is often connected in our emotions, in our habits, making it challenging to overcome it. But hey, with some courage, with some efforts, overcoming procrastination is possible too. But firstly, we need to know, why do we procrastinate? Me, myself, as a student that often procrastinates every time on every task, I believe that I work better under pressure. I believe I thrive under pressure. But that is wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Research has shown that procrastination is not an effective way to boost our productivity. When we procrastinate, we often feel stressed or anxious, making it difficult to focus on the task at hand. Moreover, when we wait until the last minute to complete the task, we may not have the enough of time to do it, leading to poor quality work and missed opportunities. Other people also believe that procrastination is often driven by emotions such as fear and self doubt. When we face a task that we see as difficult or unpleasant, we may experience negative emotions that makes us want to avoid that task. The avoidance behavior by changed by the temporary relief that we feel when we distract ourselves by other activities, such as checking social media or watching TV. However, this temporary relief has a consequence. Same thing as I said before, procrastination can lead to increased stress as the tasks continue to hover over us and we feel guilty for not doing it. In the end, procrastination results in missed opportunities as we fail to meet deadlines of or achieve our goals. So, how can we overcome procrastination? The first thing is to recognize that we are procrastinating. How to overcome procrastination when you even don't know that you are procrastinating? Common behaviors of procrastinating might be feeling anxious or overwhelmed and guilty, abandoning your task. It is important to acknowledge these feelings and we must have work on managing them. This may involve in taking a break or practicing mindfulness or seeking support from a friend or a therapist. We can also try to eliminate distractions from the things that is distracting us on procrastinating to do procrastinating by creating an environment that is conductible to productivity. This may mean on turning off our devices on our phones, electronics, social media, or finding a quiet space to work. Anything that you guys feel focused on. Another effective way to overcome procrastination that is 100% trusted by me because I tried this method before and it succeeded me is to create a schedule or a plan in completing a task. By setting a deadline in the process, we can ensure that we're making progress in our work. If you're a person that likes to stick on schedules like me, this will really suit you. Really. Finally, it is important to develop habits and routines that promotes productivity and reduce procrastination. This may include setting up time in doing exercises, using a planner or to-do list, or practicing peace in mind, like meditation, to reduce stress and increase our focus. Procrastination is a common habit that almost everybody do. It has negative consequences on our productivity and opportunities to do. It might be challenging to overcome, but with a spark of effort, everything will come true. By recognizing that we're procrastinating, eliminate distractions, creating a schedule, and developing habits and routines, we can improve ourselves and overcome it. So, let us work together to overcome procrastination and achieve our full potential. That is all for me. Thank you.谢谢。
Thank you, Alma. Okay, so notes are taken, and I think I'm gonna implement it right away. Anyways, let's continue.
The next speaker is Alice Francisca from SMP Santo Yusuf Tanjung Balai Karimun with his speech, A New Exciting Experience.
Alice, the time is yours.
Hello there, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How have you all been doing? I hope you all are doing well. Before I start my speech, I would like to thank everyone that has given me the opportunity to be able to present my speech in World Speech Day 2023. So now I'm getting into my speech. For today, I'm going to talk about experience. Before I start, I would like to ask a question. When I mention the word experience, what comes in your mind? And what do you think experience is? Well, basically, the definition of experience is to have something new to happen. And I'm pretty sure everyone always has new experiences in their lives. But the question is, the courage to experience new things, is it always there? Or
the chance to experience new things is blow off because you hesitated so much? Are you confused whether you want to try and experience new things or not? Well, just like me, I had an experience quite recently. I was told to join a program by my teacher, and he said that it's a program consisting other students from other school, from our foundation, Yayasan Tunas Karya, and it's called Youth Leadership Program. A program to train our leadership ability, he said. To be honest, at first I was not sure whether I wanted to join or not, as I had a packed schedule and I hesitated so much before I decided that I might make out some of my time to join the program every Fridays. But of course, at first I was still a bit confused by the program and the concept of this program. But soon after a few meetings, and some explanation from the coaches, I got used to it. And to my surprise, it has already been half a year since I've joined it, and I realized that I've been gradually improving ever since the first time I made my speech. Turns out that I learned a lot from the program. Now I know how to make and deliver speeches based on how the coaches have taught us. I learned some new things such as how to give feedback to the speakers, a new thing called table topic, and I also made new friends along with new experiences in the program. So I think it's worth it. But the question that I want to ask is, would I get the exciting experience if I didn't have the courage to try? Would I get to improve myself if I hesitated more back then? I've been thinking to myself, and I'm pretty sure that the answer is no. So in conclusion, we cannot be afraid to try new things. Every experience is always able to make you grow, and all of you are able to make your own new and exciting experience just like mine. Now I've delivered all my points, and I hope you all would keep the positive points in all of your minds. Make your own new and exciting experience. It's been an honor for me to be able to present my speech here, and thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you so much, Alice. Now I am excited for the future and the experience that I am going to experience.
Anyways, let's continue to the next one. It is Abigail Natalie from SMP Santo Hilarious Paritiga with her speech, Maximizing Your Confidence When Speaking in Front of Public. Rosala, you better take notes.
Okay.
Anyways, Abigail, the time is yours.
To be a dreamer, it takes a trained heart to be strong. That's what I learned while fighting for my dreams. I have met many people and stories until finally I'm ready to write this speech. My relatively young age makes me want to try many useful things. I want to read many books, travel around Indonesia, and learn many things I never known before. I am a girl who likes art and English subject. I think those two things are complementary for me. Both of them are exciting. Through art, I can express my feelings. Meanwhile, every time I study public speaking in English, I feel one step closer to my dream, a businesswoman. Apart from being a businesswoman, I also want to become an artist. I want to make an art gallery especially for my artwork, which will be exhibition to the public. I really can't wait to make it happen. I really like to draw on canvas or draw digitally. I usually draw on surrounding the face of my friend and so on. I love light green because it's the color of the life, renewal, natural, and energy. Green also associated with meanings, growth, harmony, freshness, and safety. I really like English subject. Although grammar is complex, it's a vital almost everything in the world. I also like sweet food. Chocolate is an inseparable part of my life. Chocolate can always be a solution to relax my mind and refocus on studying English. Chocolate and English subject is the best match. I always aware of many obstacles that stand in my way in pursuing my dream. Day by day will pass, but pursue big dreams we need to take big risks, right? But I always determined never to lower my standard of desire. So I'll always spend 1 hour a day practicing English by speaking, listening, and writing outside my school's hours. I'll never forget to pray and work hard. There are times when I feel give up on the assignment, managing time, and solving my problems. Failure is my daily bread. It feels incomplete if the journey is not accompanied by failure. It's a fulcrum that takes me one step toward realizing my dreams. I want to achieve more in this junior high school and make our beloved school proud. However, my journey just began. There will be more challenge in the future that will mature me and make me understand the true meaning of student. I hope I can be more active and achieve more goals. I will not let this golden opportunity that I get to waste. I want to continue being active and contribute to progress of my junior high school. In the future, I want to become a student who is helpful for everyone and can make my dream becoming a businesswoman and artist come true. I believe that I'll start with hard work. As a closing message, here is a reminder from me. Believe in yourself, you are cool and you can challenge the world. Thank you for attention. See you at another time.
Thank you, Abigail, for your speech. And Rosala, have you taken notes?
Yes, I actually did on my phone.
That's nice to hear. Anyways, let's continue.
The next speaker is Infanka Jane Mario from SMP Santo Yusuf Belinyu with her speech, Myself.
Wait, that's the same title as Evelyn's.
Hopefully it's not plagiarized.
Anyways, Ivanka, the time is yours.
Hello everyone. I hope all of you are having a great day. This is a speech that I'll be presenting to World Peace Day today for you guys. Let's start. My name is Ivanka Jan Mario. I'm 14 years old. I was born in Indonesia at Bangka Belitung in the city of Pangkal Pinang. Pangkal Pinang is a beautiful city. There is so many events, beautiful nature like beach, forest, lots of culture, and I also having a lot of friends there. But I live my childhood years in Belinyu. Me and my family are having a lovely little house, and a few years later we moved to a big house that have a big yard, pool, and a lot of birds because my new house is close to a little forest. There's so many trees, birds, squirrels, and another little animal. I really love nature like sea, forest, mountain. The most that I like to go is beach. I love looking at the wave. I feel free and calm when I go to beach. The sea is clear, beautiful, blue sea. The most that I like is a beach at Bali. The beach is very beautiful and clear. You can even see the fish through the water. Okay, back to the topic. I live with my parents, my dad, the one who works for us, and my mom helping him to work. My father is the best. He is always there to help me and give me motivation. He's really royal man. I really love him. And my mom is a housewife. She's the one who cook my favorite meal. I really love her cook. My hobbies are drawing, dancing, singing, sketch. There's a lot of my hobby. I love to sketch a clothes like dress, shorts, skirt, top, and a lot. My life was perfect. I have an older brother and one younger sister, and I have very lovely friends that always with me. Her name is Carolina. We've been friends since we was at kindergarten. I really love her. As you guys heard, I was saying that my life is perfect, right? But the reality is no. I'm trying to deal with my life. Because of this work, I'm becoming stronger. Even though that I was like crying baby. I study at Saint Joseph Middle High School, Blinyu. I'm a teenager, I guess. Maybe because my dad said that I'm still like a young little girl. Then one day I met English when I was third grade. I was like, I'm really in love with English. English is my favorite lesson and my favorite language. I study English hard until I can join this program. I have a dream that I want to be a designer one day. Go to another country to showing people my design to all around the world. Like I hope that my dream can become true one day. I think that's all about my speech. Thank you for listening to my speech and bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Ivanka. And turns out we have something in common. My favorite lesson is also English.
Anyways, there are 4 more participants before the end of this stream. The next one is LV Tan from SMP Catholic Tanjung Pinang with her speech, Little Things About Myself. LV, the time is yours.
Hi guys, back with me with another speech about a little thing about myself. I'm an introvert and an extrovert. I'm an extrovert when I have met the people that I have meet always, like my best friend, my cousin, that every day I meet, and others. I'll be an introvert when I never met the people, like a new friend, cousin that I never meet before. But not only that, since puberty, my emotions have become disordered, go up and go down. Even a small mistake can be a big mistake in my eyes. Even the feelings of joy and sorrow that go up and down. Sometimes also like to cry alone. I'm very happy to be in touch with my cousin who close with me. Talking about happiness, I'm very happy when someone gives me a present. I felt that the present or the gift might be very valuable. Maybe just a little present, like some chocolate on Valentine's Day, maybe some sweet words on my birthday, or sweet words when I reach for something that makes my parents feel very happy. Sometimes when I feel a little stressed with a considerable amount of a written work, I always listen to a calming song or slightly energetic song, so in encouraging me to do the job again. Sometimes I get bored because I just do the same job always and always. It's a waste of the boredom. I usually help my mom to do the homework. I'm usually diligent if I'm not told to do it. Let's say work from the heart. Sometimes when we have done this and are told to do that, the intention we have gathered are simply lost. Okay, now, not only that, I have many hobbies like swimming, badminton, and more. My favorite thing is swimming. But now I've cut down on swimming because the water on the pool sometimes get my hair tangled. But I do like this water sport. because besides we can play in the water, swimming also make us talk too. Among my friends, I'm the shortest, but it's still funny. The thing that I like the most is dancing, or maybe sometimes swimming. But the only thing I like to play is dancing, because I think dancing is the one of the fun things. But maybe the hardest thing is to catch some dance move. The fun may be like learning a new move, hearing the song, and others. But I think it's a very nice thing to try. Maybe you guys need to try to dance it. That's all from my speech. Thank you.
Elfie?
Yes, your speech really made me realize that little things can be very, very special to someone. Anyways, let's continue.
The next speaker is Shering Zoma Chen from SMA Santo Yusuf Tanjung Balai Karimun with her speech, Environment Pollution. Also, I'm very sorry if I pronounce your name wrong.
Anyways, Sharing, the time is yours.
Pollution has become one of the most concerning issues for our planet and mankind. It takes place when pollutants contaminate our environment. In other words, pollution is responsible for disturbing the balance of the ecosystem. Moreover, it impacts our lifestyle severely and also contributes greatly to global warming. As the world is getting more modern, pollution is also enhancing day by day. It's like we are the prisoners of our own creations. Further, it has become rather essential to learn about the causes, types, and impacts of pollution to deal with this problem. Think about it yourself and wonder how you contribute to pollution. As there isn't just one person, organization, or even government to blame, but all of us. Moreover, pollutions came in different forms. To begin with, we have air pollution, which means contamination of air. It's a very dangerous kind of pollution and which chemically and physically alters the air. When toxic gases enter the atmosphere, life becomes difficult for human beings. The burning of fossil fuels, mining, automobile exhaust, and more contribute to it. Thus, it causes acid rains, respiratory problems, global warming, and more. Next up, water pollution is on the rise like anything. The industrial waste, sewage, wastewater, oil spills, and more contribute to it. Further, the impact is very deadly as we cannot survive without water. The water needed for drinking, cooking, agriculture, and more is declining day by day. Further, we have soil pollution where contaminants and toxic chemicals hamper the quality of our soil. Soil pollution has a very negative impact, especially on wildlife and vegetation. In addition to human life and groundwater also severely damaged. Improper waste disposal, industrial activities, acid rains, and more contribute to soil pollution. Thus, it can contaminate the health of human beings. Moreover, it impacts the growth of plants as it decreases the fertility of the soil. Moreover, it also alters the structure of the soil due to the pollution. As pollution impacts our life negatively, we need to find out the way to curb it and implement them immediately. It doesn't only degrade the life of humans, but also animals and vegetation. We must all begin by adopting conservation approaches and sustainable strategies. It is important more than ever to restore the ecological balance. We need to bring a change in our transportation choices. Begin with opting for public transportation instead of a private one. Trying to carpool or walk and ride bikes to places. Further, we must also make sustainable food choices. Local and organic produce is the way to go. Furthermore, the little things will go a long way. For instance, switching off the lights and fans when not in use, unplugging electrical appliances and using energy efficient appliances. Moreover, we must also practice recycling and reducing waste production. Do not use plastic and carry your own clothes or plastic bags when shopping. Use glass containers for storage instead of plastic ones. Further, conserve water at all times. Fix any leakage if present and do not use hot water unnecessarily. To sum it up, we see that the change begins with us. You don't need to have to bank on the government or the industry to curb the pollution. As we all contribute to it, we need to control pollution so as to create a healthy future for our upcoming generations. Every person on this earth has a great role to play in restoring the balance of the earth. Educate the public about menacing issues and protect the earth from degrading.
Thank you, sharing. I hope by your speech, everyone listening to your speech, can be more careful about environment pollution. Anyways, the next one is Frederick Andy Jr. from SMA Santa Maria Tanjung Pinang with his speech Teenage Woes. Anyways, Frederick, the time is yours.
Good day, everyone. Today I'd like to present to you all my speech. Without further ado, let us begin. We humans are social beings. We first learn from our parents and then from the people around us. And as a result, we are what we are now because of the influence our environment and the people around us have given to us. But unfortunately, having the same environment for everyone is impossible. Thus, there are people who are unfortunate enough to be raised in less than suitable environments, such as abusive households or the lack of a guardian. There are many more examples, but the point still remains that those factors vary from people to people, and it could lead to less than ideal conditions. We humans are emotional beings. We are sensitive towards what other people think about us. We get emotional toward things we don't agree with to some extent, and everyone has their own way of handling these types of emotions. These feelings will then skyrocket when we grow to become teenagers. Feeling of anxiousness and dread come out of who knows where. Parents asking about your future endeavors, trying to form your own identity. We might even develop feelings towards a certain someone, or trying to handle past traumas. Every person will most likely go through some kind of these newfound problems, and most of them might feel like they're unable to find the right answer to solve them. But where do I fit into all of this? Did I just make a speech just to rant about teenage problems? The answer is yes. Yes, I did. As I said, everyone have probably been through some kind of these problems during their teenage years, and these problems could lead to various long-term problems if they're not handled right and on time. So how do people deal with these problems and thoughts? As I said, humans are influenced by the people around them, so that means that they are susceptible to change too. The best piece of advice I've seen around in the internet and from the people I've talked to is to try to talk to people you trust or experts in the field, like therapists or psychiatrists, to help with the problems you're going through. Although I agree with that statement, I know that that is far from being an option to some people. Some find it hard to find the necessary courage to open up to their families, to their friends, etc., and decides to not share these informations. My advice to you is if you find and notice someone in your life going through something like this, do not force them or expect them to open up their feelings to you since it's their right to do so. Instead, provide them the comfort and space that they deserve and might need in that current moment. I know this might sound like it's common sense, but you will not believe the amount of people that genuinely do the opposite of helping their friends. Well, that just sums up most of what I wanted to say. I do apologize if I've made some mistake during my speech. Thank you all for your attention and have a wonderful day.
For presenting your speech. Hopefully now teenagers from all over the world will know what they will be going through. Next is Sabrina Wijaya from SMA Santa Maria Tanjung Pinang with her speech, My Life That Is Full of Insecurities.
Sabrina, the time is yours.
Ready. So, as you know, insecurities is a condition where people are not enough confident to show themselves, and I'm one of them too, because between my family, my friends, and my best friend, I always been compared to them, like in my family. My sister is so pretty and they're very smart, and whenever I feel like I'm dumb to make them laugh, but my mom always think it was a serious thought, and she told me that I should study smarter and I should take care of my face, and she always compared me to my family, my best friend, and because of her compared me to the other people, I feel very angry and upset about that, and until now I cannot forget about that moment when we were having a party in my house with my best friend coming, and then my mom saw her, very beautiful and very smart, and she also can talk Chinese language with them, but I cannot. Then I also get compared with her in front of my family, and I was so embarrassed and so upset with that, but I tried to calm down until now. I can speak Chinese language with them, and I also, not kind of that smart lah, but I still trying very hard to get my parents' attention that I've been different from before. That is for my family, and for my friends, I am very, very upset with them too. It's not like they compare me with themselves, but they don't wanna friends with me because I'm not smart enough and I'm not pretty enough. Like I have to be so smart to be friends with them, but they kind of like don't care. So yeah, what can I do? So until now, I still don't have friends in school, but they always like pretend to be good at be friends with me, but actually they don't want to friends with me because they're special, and they make a circle of group too. And yeah, so I think until now I still don't have my my friends are in school. But at least I still have some best friends, my loyal best friends that I've been known them for 5 until 6 years, or even 3 until 4 years. And I was so relieved that I still have friends. Yeah, I think that's all from me. I just hope that everybody, please don't be insecure of your life and just be yourself. Keep trying hard, keep work smart, and don't let anybody kick you off from the room. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Sabrina, for presenting your speech today.
So that is the last of the speakers for this stream. But there is one last performance from Teresia Alexandra from SMK Tunas Karya, who will be telling a story about Bujang Katak. Teresia, the stage is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this golden opportunities, let me tell you a story called Bujang Katak. Well, there was an old woman. She was a poor farmer. She was getting older and getting weaker. She lived alone in her hut. She didn't have a husband, but she prayed to God to give her a son. God, please give me a son. I really want to have a son, although he looks like a frog. Finally, God answered her prayer. The old woman was pregnant. Later, the baby was born. And surprisingly, the baby, it looks like a frog. At first, the old woman was very sad. However, later on, the old woman loved her baby with the great love. Bujang Katak grew as a kind man. He was strong and obedient to his mother. Well, people call him Bujang Katak. Bujang means a young man, and Katak means a frog. Bujang Katak was adult, and he wants to getting married. But he didn't want to marry with the girl in his village. You know what? He wants to marry with one of the king's 7 daughters. Mothers, I want to getting married. With who, son? With one of the king's 7 daughters. The old woman was very sad because she knew that the king will reject his marriage proposal. But she didn't want to make her son sad, so they finally arrived to the king's palace. At that place, Bujang Katak told the king about his marriage proposal. I really appreciate your courage, young man, but I cannot make any decision. I would like to ask my daughter to give their opinion and decision. One by one, all of the king's 7 daughters start to give their opinion about Bujangkatak. The first daughter didn't say good things to him. She insulted him. Oh my goodness, you look so ugly. No wonder people call you Bujangkatak because you really looks like a frog. The second daughter also said bad things to him. Oh my goodness, you're so poor. And I didn't want to marry with the poor man. Until finally, there's the youngest princess' turn. She was the beautifulest and the kindest princess. She didn't say bad things to Bujangkatak. You know what? She accepted Bujangkatak's marriage proposal. I want to marry him, father. Everyone was surprised. All the elder sisters were laughing at her. The king was shocked because he never thought like one of his 7 daughters would like to marry with Bujangkatak. But the king didn't want his daughter married to Bujangkatak. So he wants to cancel the marriage by asking Bujangkatak to do something very difficult. I will let you marry my daughter, but you have to build a golden bridge from your house to this palace. Bujangkatak and her mother went home. Bujangkatak's mother was very sad and confused. Son, how can't you build a golden bridge? It was impossible to do. Don't worry, Mom. I will pray to God to help me. Bujangkatak prayed day and night until one night something amazing happened to him. His frog skin was removed. His head was changed. Oh God, what was happening to me? My skin! The mother burned all of the removed skin. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? All of the burned skin removed into a gold. Slowly, Bujangkatak built a golden bridge from the gold. Until finally, the golden bridge have been built. The youngest princess was very, very happy. His husband was very handsome and rich. All of the eldest sisters were jealous at her, and they're being more even jealous when the king asked Bujangkatak to be the new king. My lovely ladies and gentlemen, the moral of the story is don't judge someone just by their look, because the most important thing is their attitude, their manner. And don't forget to always believe in God, because God always gives us the best. That's all from me. Thank you.
So,
Will be the absolute end of this session. We will have another speech tomorrow, though. Don't forget to join.
we are glad to be your host today.
And for the speakers, thank you for your participation.
We also want to thank you to the Comsos team behind the scene that helped this stream so it could run smoothly.
And for all the viewers, whenever you are watching this and wherever you are, thank you for making this
I'm Michael. We hope you have a pleasant session. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye.